Henshaw here again, Constitutional Crisis Channel, and this one's one of the ones that we do on current events. This is another one, and some of you may have seen recently in the internet that we now have what looks like another major breakthrough, quote-unquote, for law enforcement, because they had cops show up at the house, and I think they actually broke into the house when they got an emergency phone call from the equivalent of Alexa. Somebody in the house must have said, "Alexa, call 911," and that's what happened. Now, what the hell is this? Is that going to stand up as probable cause and a motion to suppress hearing? I mean, what in the world? And can you break down doors without a warrant? I mean, this has a whole lot of possibilities here. And by the way, none of them are very good for you people that advocate the Fourth Amendment. You are going to lose and lose and lose like we've been doing since 1927 in the case of Carroll versus United States, which I believe is 262 U.S. 37. I might be wrong on the site, but we'll get it to you on the bottom. You can look it up. But that, as far as I'm concerned, was the beginning of the end of the Fourth Amendment, where the court sustained a search of vehicles coming across Toronto, Canada into Detroit, Michigan, which if you don't know, they're pretty closely connected. And this was during Prohibition, and the cops sure enough found when they stopped one of these cars, it had a lot of bottles of booze in it, and of course they arrested the people and tried them. And by the standards of the times, there wouldn't have been probable cause. This is the Supreme Court in action again, creating new law, which they're not supposed to do. They did it far worse in the 1930s than they ever did here. But the Fourth Amendment is a joke, number one, even on the federal level. It's just what 5 justices of the court think it is at any given time. And as those of you who are following me with videos and have gotten my packets know, that the Fourth Amendment is irrelevant in a quote-unquote state court because the Bill of Rights don't apply there. No point even making arguments like that. Fourth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't apply. We have much better issues to do than that. But I just am wondering, what's going on now with this breakthrough, quote-unquote. Now what's going to happen? Are they going to install more electronic gadgets in your house that can monitor things other than your voice and alert police to come and get you? I mean, I have no clue where this might go. And they probably don't either. But here again, if you accept government benefits, those of you on Social Insecurity and so forth and so on, you're going to find out that these searches are going to be sustained as reasonable because what the government gives you money for, what they control, then they can set the rules for it. The Supreme Court has said this on multiple occasions. He who accepts the benefit must bear the burden. So any attorney that talks to you about making a serious Fourth Amendment issue out of Alexa, I would run, not walk, to the nearest exit. I can't see that being worth. I mean, I just can't see it. Doesn't matter who the attorney is. Don't do it. Find a better issue to use than this one. And as things develop in this area, I may come in with a follow-up video or two just to let you know on court decisions that have happened what the trend is. And I'm almost predicting it here. I'd be shocked if there were anything other than sustaining the search, but who knows. But this kind of stuff, it just makes you, with an electronic age we live in, who the hell knows what's next? I mean, wow. Continuing the video on the Alexa type machines that are in homes today, one wonders why you even want to have something like that. I mean, it's bad enough that the TVs and the computers can very probably spy on you. Do you need something else that's able to do that as well without you even knowing it? Now, you just watch, though, and this stuff gets into court. The proponents who love this stuff are going to say, yeah, this Alexa type stuff is a major tool we can use to control domestic violence. Now, that's not even nearly as good a solution as would be the case if you address the real causes of domestic violence, a lot of which in my personal view are found in the Federal Reserve Act, not to mention the Reconstruction Act of 1867, both of which have succeeded in tearing American families apart and keeping most of us in the poorhouse, so to speak. That's where most of the real trouble comes in with domestic violence. The other part of that, obviously, is if you have cheating spouses, and that's not directly the fault of government, although it could be with the highly charged atmosphere we have today, which is sex is everything, and this, that, and the other, and all this nonsense, about a part of a marriage that's less than 10% of it, if you think about just the time-wise aspect of it. And the fact of the matter is, there's so much more to a marriage. My gosh, you screw around, what, an hour or 2 hours a day, you still got 22 hours a day you're together. What the hell you do the rest of the time? I mean, just to think about it. But in any case, yeah, these electronic instruments like this probably were designed to fit into the government, regulation scheme and to be able to spot it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was built in by the designers, especially to gain government approval for these, the type of devices to start with. So we have a ways to go here, but if you're smart about it, the fewer of these things you have around your personal environment, the better off you're going to be. TVs and computers, we probably can't help. Hopefully there'll be some good ways to limit that, especially if we can find a good Soviet hacker to come in and fix that and take all that crap out of the computer. That would be ideal. But you can see the problem here. And this is another one I'm probably going to do some reporting on when more information comes in and maybe some court cases trickle in. And we'll see what develops. Okay, thank you.